Now it's going.
You good? My shit wanna do this stupid shit. Ever since I did that changing my damn the update, shit fuck my phone up, man. Alright, we good now. Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, we want to start off first and foremost by giving all honor, glory, and praise unto
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who feed and nourish us through the spirit and power. YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Salutations, shalom, and blessings to you, sincere Aki, and pushing this word, the truth and sincerity. I'm here with
Rabbi Mouth.
Isaiah.
You call him up?
that's the GMS Nebraska, and I'm Great Millstone Northwest, RAWCHAA. And just got a quick lesson, man. We was listening to Apostle Yawamba yesterday, and he was just doing a lesson based off of Esau complaining about all the things that he's tired of. You know, he's tired of white guilt. He's tired of basically nigga culture and all this shit. This is all shit that he created, though. You know, and he's tired of it. And he's tired of being blamed for this and blamed for that. Well, nigga, you wouldn't be getting blamed if you wasn't doing all the wicked shit you was doing. If you wasn't the culprit that created all the shit you're getting blamed for, you know? So you can't be mad about you being blamed for the shit that you done did. You know?
Yeah, because you got a right to be mad, low-key, you know, at anything that bad happens to you. But there's justice that needs to be had. Mm-hmm. You could be mad about not getting a job after you did your 10 years. You know
Yeah.
You know, Esau getting mad, but he hasn't recompensed nor repented. You know what I'm saying? He's just saying he's tired of playing a role that he set up to look like he repented. You know? Because that's pretty much what they do. Walk around, smile. They can't say the racist things that they want to say, you know? And they have to walk around and try to find all these avenues to try to oppress Jake. They don't want to do, create laws like the war on drugs and then try you, then say they just want to round you up and send you into the spot.
Yeah.
Because they don't like you.
Yeah.
They tired they getting tired of the footwork, man.
Yeah, the mandatory minimums they had, where Jake was getting caught with a pebble, a stone, and it was getting the 20 years for that shit. Yep. Getting the same amount of time as somebody that has a kilo of cocaine. You was getting one stone, you was getting the same amount of time. It's like that shit's unrighteous.
Yeah, you have no right to have to be tired of white guilt when you haven't recompensed or repent. You know what I'm saying? You haven't paid back, because I want to get this precept of Exodus 21:16. It says, "And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death." Now, if you want to get technical, all the people that are slave owners should be like, you're supposed to go back to their lineage and wipe them all out. Because don't that happen? Didn't that happen, man, to the man with the Babylonian garment?
Yeah.
You wipe him, his cow,
his lineage,
everything. Everything that can be passed down.
Corey and Dathan in the wilderness, they got swallowed up with their families too.
Con, your whole lineage, your whole posterity gets, you know, so, because that way the children wouldn't have to complain of an ungodly father.
I got that, bro, if you want it.
Yeah, BABAQASHA.
This Ecclesiasticus 41:7, it says, "The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake."
Yeah, and this is just an intelligent way to reverse the idea of owning up to your mistakes. This is like I say, man, the Edom is the nigga woman is really the base level of Edom, man. You know what I'm saying? Edom just is a smart version of the nigga woman, a more conspiring type of nigga, you know? And they did all this wickedness and they just don't want to be held accountable for it, and their chicken is coming home to roost. Yep. Jake is just tired of Esau. And they're speaking out about it. They don't want us calling them racist anymore. You know, they try to flip it and say we're racist.
Yeah, reverse racism.
Yeah, isn't that racist? It's like you didn't take millions of people. We didn't take you by ship. We didn't try to commit genocide on you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like the same crime, the crime don't fit the bill, as they say. You know, so there's no comparison.
Yeah, because like the video that we was watching from the elder Yashawamba, a video he was playing within his lesson, it was speaking about, they was talking about how the lands that they took and the people that they colonized, they made them better. You know what I'm saying? It's like
that's the rebuttal they always have. They
Right.
always have, like, when they do wrong, it's the nigga woman.
Yeah.
It's the nigga woman.
Yeah.
If she do wrong,
She blame
and
you for
address
her
it,
doing wrong.
Yeah, she'll gaslight it, she'll flip it.
Well, you did this or you didn't do this that made me do that.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
man, get out of here, man.
Yep. Or they'll say, oh, well, I didn't know, or I was just doing this, and I was just trying. I gave it all I got.
Well, I assumed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's some type of thing to not address the truth.
Yeah.
And you'll think like, damn, maybe they don't know how reality goes, and then we'll get caught up in something, and their ass will know all about the fucking reality and the rules. See, you endangered 10 people. Those people have children, and then they'll go and then they'll sink your ass, right? So they rest judgment, man. You know what I'm saying? Edom is and that's why this he has to go as a race of people, because he rests judgment is one of his many traits that is not profitable for the world, man. You know, just sit there and judge you based not off of right and wrong or how it can affect everyone, but based on how you look and how he views you.
Or if you can pay for a lawyer or not.
Yeah.
Or if you can pay your fines.
And you could benefit him.
Yeah.
Just like a nigga woman.
if you can benefit him,
It ain't love until you can benefit him. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing until you're doing extra for him. You know?
You got
Yeah, I had a quick precept.
what you got?
Revelation chapter 12, verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of the Messiah, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. You know, just going into how, like the brothers were saying, like Esau, he'll put Jacob in a trick bag. He'll, put things out there, such as,
Well,
drugs
there's propaganda.
yeah.
There's propaganda because they say we the most crime-ridden people, but then when you go and do the statistics, they're leading the pack and everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Bro, they say we lead race-on-race crime, and it's really them that has the most race-on-race crime.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with the incest and the fucking domestic violences and shit, it's mostly Edomites that's committing that shit.
Even when it comes down, as far as outside of violence, the financial state, when it comes to food stamps, most of them is on food stamps, but they paint it as if we poor, we're broke, and we need...
Food stamps were created for Esau. They weren't created for Jake.
Yeah.
They were created for Esau in the first place.
It's
Like,
created for the people in the ghettos, the original niggas, not you know what I'm talking about.
yeah, those potato eaters.
Yeah.
They had the potato famines and shit.
And this I was reading something one time. It was a good point that was made, and it says pretty much if Jake was so bad, aka Negroes, aka African Americans, you associating us with, right? Because we're not African, we're Israelites. You go to any dark skinned race that Esau is not infiltrated, and more than likely, are their prison rates as high? You know what I'm saying? Is the crime rates? It's crazy. America has the highest prison and crime out of every country in the world. Yeah. And they'll tell you that it's niggas that's causing it. But niggas are in other countries and they're not leading it. Because that's like Jamaica or something. Jamaica's bad, but it ain't like, no, it's just shit happens there. But you don't see, like, it's just, you can't touch down in Jamaica. As soon as you come off your cruise, you see a parade of niggas just punching on everybody. It ain't happening like that.
They don't even let those niggas nowhere near the tourist areas.
Yeah.
Bro, they got this pretty much damn near like a wall that separates the tourist side of Jamaica from the actual Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
they're smart enough to keep the niggas
you in bow.
Keep the bad apples away. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, because everybody has within their race have bad people, right? But Esau is a bad people. As an entirety.
Yeah, they're estranged from the womb.
Oh,
that means alienated. You know, that means separate from the Heavenly Father, man. The wicked were estranged from the womb, man.
Speaking
lies and hypocrisies, man.
And there's signs to show you that the lies that they speak. There's paper. There's a receipt. All right. Big Bang, Neanderthals,
hey,
shit like that. You done told the whole world that niggas was two humans were apes. And then they kept on. One of them started banging with a rock, and then he got smart. And well, like Cat Williams said, why is it still not happening?
Exactly.
You know, because you talking about that's a plain rotation of something. You know, that's not no sign. That's not no molecules hitting and shit. No, that's a motherfucker in the forest. Look at a rock and start banging. It should be another race of niggas coming out.
And then they said the dinosaurs evolved into fucking alligators or whatever the fuck, and then in birds. So why the fuck they ain't still evolving then?
Why are we involved?
Yeah, so why are the birds evolving into something else? If that's the case, it just stopped.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any cancer. There shouldn't be any sicknesses because we should be evolving, adapting to our environment.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like Esau shouldn't get cancer from the sun as
Yeah,
long as you've been on this fucking planet Earth.
Yeah.
Why haven't you evolved?
Yep.
Damn,
Why haven't you did it yet?
Yeah, you supposed to adapt to your environment. You should
have melanin
well,
right
I'm
now.
about to say, why you ain't get your melanin back?
You did, like, bro, you survived for a little minute. Like, you ain't do nothing yet. Like,
Man.
because it's bullshit.
You ain't changed your spots, my nigga.
That's
Scripture tell you that.
you know,
let him read this real
Let's
quick.
lock
Go ahead.
God, it's back in Revelation 12 verse 11. It says, "And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time."
And everything that the brother been talking is the wrath that Esau has had, man. You know, them just, you know, just creating a system that destroys Negroes, Latinos, Natives, and Seminole Indians, man. You know, the whole fucking 13th Amendment. That amendment was designed for them to create a slavery all over again, man, and get paid for free labor, man. You know, the 13th Amendment, they created that after they abolished slavery so that they can put niggas in jail and still make them work for little to no wages. You know?
yeah.
Esau slick with that shit, bro.
And they had sharecropping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like that. Because if you do that to a human being, you know, just like you falsely imprison somebody, they normally pay you after that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't pay Jake, they just let him go. You know what I'm saying? They told him. So where else?
And you can still work for me.
Yeah.
Now you're free and you're working for me.
Yeah.
But everything that you do, I'll give you a percentage of everything that you do.
Which was an ingenious idea because when they had Jake as slaves, they had to take care of them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You had to medically, food wise. So now that you're released, you gotta take care of yourself. So when you work for me, I don't gotta give you food. I don't gotta give you no stay. That's more land I got. I don't gotta pay for your health care. You know what I'm saying? Because you used to have to go to doctors and pay the doctors for if they got like a cavity or something, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, gangrene or something like that. They have to pay the doctor, and sometimes they'll be like, oh well, pretty much cost of damage. They'll treat it like a vehicle and say.
And that's why they had insurance. They was getting paid insurance claims on their slaves, bro.
Yeah.
For shit like that. Broken leg, little shit. Like, man, Esau's fucking diabolical, bro.
But then he said he's tired of being guilty.
Well, let us
You know?
give us our 40 acres and a mule then.
Let things should be, as the scriptures tell you, he that steals from man. If you let's get into the breakdowns of what happened, like what it tells you what you do to a slave, like what should happen to you. Really, you stole a whole nation of people. That's the foundation of it. Like you should be put to death. That if you didn't do it, then put that lineage of people to death. You know what I'm saying? Just like I forget who was talking about like the reparations. He was talking to one of little fucking podcast personalities. And it was,
red pill niggas.
Yeah. It was like talking about reparations, and he was like, well, if we do that, we'll go bankrupt. It's like, it was the fucking, what's that, Vlad TV. You know what I'm saying?
Shut that shit up because
like,
they bailed the banks out.
They bailed the banks out. They bailed GM Motors out. They bailed Ford out.
They built the fucking Chase and all them fucking big banks and shit. Fuck out of here, man.
And they'll say that, oh, that's for business and all that. Nah, what about the morals? You see how they split the morals? Oh, man, I know we did all that morally. You're supposed to recompense it morally, not say, oh, that's bad for business. That's not how it fucking works. All right, you can't. But that's what he does. He moves the goalposts so that way you never can get a real hold on it.
Yeah, and that's in the form of him resting judgment, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. This nigga's cold, bro.
And it's very annoying, man. It's very annoying to deal with. When you're seeking justice, when you go to King Solomon with the two mothers, you know, and he was dealing with it morally. He was like, you know, I'm gonna just cut the child in half and give him to both of y'all. And the real mother spoke up because she was like, what? Nah, let her have the baby. And in court, they'd be like, okay, you said it because you said it in court, bro. I gotta sign it over even though I know this baby. And it's like, this is not a robot. This is not no you type in what happened. Yeah. And then that's what's gonna eventually gonna be. Your ass gonna explain your story to AI, and then AI gonna come to the solution. They gonna judge your ass.
Bro, you get that shit when you call into these little fucking customer services, man. You know, they ask you what your problem is. You're like, man, I want to talk to the operator. They're like, well, that's not an option. So you got to tell them what the problem is. Yeah. And then after you tell them the problem, they tell you that they can't help you. And they hang up on you.
Yeah,
what the fuck then? Who the fuck do I talk to?
I need more information before I do that. Like, nigga,
I can't give you no more. I'm trying to figure out more information.
That's why I need to talk to a regular mother.
Yeah. Operator.
That is not an option. Bye.
Punching zero. I know zero ain't an option. I'm just punching zero. Look, I need to talk to a human.
They ain't got slick. You can't even do that shit no more. They'll just hang up on you.
Yeah, just hang up on you. You can't punch zero no more.
It's a process. Your option.
Maybe you. Fuck these people, man.
But like the brother was saying, like when you go to these courts, they don't use common sense. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you know, dealing with court shit here and there back in the days, they would say, depend on what judge you get. It shouldn't fucking matter what judge you get. A judge, it's y'all law system. It should be whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Because that's another thing. Or if you do this many times and that many times and this, you know what I'm saying? There's no, like, as far as rest and judgment, there's no
standards, no set.
Exactly.
And I got the precept in itself right now, real quick.
Exodus right now.
Exodus 23:6. Thou shalt not rest the judgment of thy poor and his cause. Right? So when you go to the word rest, the word rest, it says to stretch out, extend. Right? It's a Matah.
What's the word?
Matah. Natah. Slacking. Not. It says to stretch out, extend, spread out, pitch, turn, pervert, incline, bend, bow. To stretch out, extend, stretch, offer. To spread out, pitch, to bend, turn, incline. To turn aside, incline, bend down, to bend, bow, to hold out. To stretch the truth, to bend the truth, to make something look like something else. All right, that's what it goes back to. And then when you go into the NLT, it says in a lawsuit you must not deny justice to the poor. Okay, so it's not everything ain't a lawsuit, but a lot of these, when you go to court, that's pretty much a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? And you're not supposed to rest judgment. That I shouldn't need a lawyer to defend to get me out of jail. I should need the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that whole thing, it's against your whole fucking system. Because when you're in a courtroom, it's usually a corporation that got these high paid lawyers, and the poor motherfucker that's trying to sue them to get paid for some shit they did, they can't even really afford a lawyer, so they can't even really fight the fucking case.
Yep. Why you got a judge up there that you got to be smart enough to know what he knows in order to win a case? That nigga know it.
Exactly. That's your job.
I know all the laws. So if you doing something, all you gotta do is explain it to me regular.
Yeah.
And I can say, oh, that goes back to case such and such. Nah, bro, you tripping. Why do I gotta point it out for you? That's just like getting a traffic ticket and you or something. You be like, well, in case such and such, I am a thing like this, and I don't have to. You should already you know that already.
Then the judge doesn't have the last say. The jury does.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers who don't know nothing about no fucking law are the ones judging the matter. How does that make sense?
They just hearing all the evidence.
They're just hearing everything that these lawyers are saying.
Yep.
And these lawyers can make somebody who murdered a nigga look like he's innocent.
Yeah.
And it's on these motherfuckers who don't know shit about law.
Yeah.
Why isn't the judge judging the whole matter? Fuck the damn jury.
Yeah, just like the Johnny Depp case.
Mm.
You know, even though that's all bread and circuses, but the style of it, how a girl was crying, putting on a show, and she had the leverage until the actual footage started coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you had to been there, and it's undeniable that she's lying. You know, and it's like their judgment is so void of really getting the job done, which is establishing peace and truth. You know, and now that they've established it, it's just like their medicine. There's side effects. All right,
yeah.
And the side effects create a big ass ripple effect. And now you got America, and now you're ashamed of it, and you want to try to start over in your pride, nigga. No, like I get it. You made the iPhones, you flat screen TVs, and your ass just trying to forget all the slavery and the beating and the stealing and the robbing that you had to do to get there. Now you're trying to do a reset.
Yeah, and
fuck out of here.
As you were saying, I'm thinking like, you know, I mean, of course they benefit off of all these things, but did you create all of these things to kind of like the gift blind the eyes of the wise? Like you trying to, you know what I'm saying? Well, don't worry about, you know, we made this place better. You got this, you got that. And instead of slowly trying to take slavery out of the school system and all of that, now you're trying to cover up your tracks.
Yeah,
you know?
they really just, they got everything they need. They have all the control. The MOTB is already in place. So now it's like, you know, like they could, once they open the floodgates, you can't stop them. So I don't want to feel guilty. You know what? I don't feel bad for doing this. That's what he's saying.
They don't have empathy.
I don't feel bad for slavery. There, I said it. That's what they really want to go out there and say.
Yeah. They're tired of the fake apologies they have to give.
Yeah.
They're tired of apologizing for shit that they don't feel no way about.
Yeah.
Kind
you know?
of, bro.
Like there was a study where they sat some Edomites down. They showed them a video of paint drying, and then they showed them a video of motherfuckers getting killed in horrific ways or something like that. They had the same fucking reaction to the paint drying as they had to motherfuckers getting killed in all type of different ways. They have no empathy. As Esau have no type of feelings towards no death or nothing like that. They don't give a fuck,
and
bro.
this is the people that judge.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It says in Isaiah says, "Children shall rule over thee." You know what I'm saying? And that's Esau. All right. He's a base man. All right. These children, they're creating medicines. All right. They're trying to blot out the sun. They're polluting the ocean. They're just eating anything and everything. They don't care what its uses are. Mm-hmm. They're changing the natural state of certain animals and changing the climate, taking chickens and bringing them to Hawaii, taking pigs and bringing them to Hawaii, cutting down, bringing coconuts over there, fucking with the ecosystem. You know, you're sitting here doing all this evil, and then you're saying, you know what? I'm getting tired of y'all saying shit about me.
Yeah.
The fucking nerd.
They bring in those different type of fish to try to into different ponds, and then those fish they bring in become invasive and start fucking up the ecosystem. And it's the same fish you brought in, and now you guys just want everybody to just kill these fish for you. You brought these motherfuckers here.
You created these monsters. Man.
Yeah, all the pigs in Texas.
They created,
running crazy.
They created this environment for Jake.
Mm-hmm.
You created the nigga environment. Why are you mad at it? You created low income neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You created, propaganda, over sexualizing. You're the one that's paying millions of dollars for Fetty Wap and all these dumbass niggas that get on stage and do the things that they do. You're paying them. Mm-hmm. When you can say, oh, these niggas, but when you go to the motherfucker that's footing the check to make sure they stay on TV, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like y'all did, like they do Shador, like you didn't want him in the league. Y'all could tell these niggas when you hear this nigga rap, you say, nah, bro, I am not about to have you having all these niggas acting like that.
Bro, they do it with the positive music that these niggas want to come out with. Mm-hmm. Niggas want to come out with positive tracks. They be like, nah. I want to hear that other shit. You talking about fucking the next man's wife and gangbanging and dope dealer. I want to hear this positive. Mm-hmm. We need to rise up and come together. Nah, no kumbaya, nigga. Yeah. Sell that Fetty, you want that drug music, that murder music.
Bring that drill shit.
They're throwing rocks and hiding their hands, man. So at the end of the day, you're tired of white guilt. You're tired of what you've been doing. I say, I'm tired of you niggas doing this and doing that. But then you see the person paying You know what I'm saying? If you eat anything bad from a food company and it come out in waves and it makes you sick, are you gonna fire the employees or are you gonna get to that CEO? Okay? You gonna go after that. After that
whole
CEO.
company's done. I want the owner.
Company,
I want the owner to come.
Yeah, who would want? I want the nigga that works second shift on Friday. Like, no, nobody's gonna look. I want the nigga that hired all these niggas.
I want the nigga who created this dumbass establishment, man.
Yeah,
Get this nigga up out of here.
So that's so when all these niggas is on TV doing it, I want the nigga that's over World Star. I want the nigga that's allowing and banning. I want the nigga that's over what gets banned in YouTube because it's hella twerk videos and niggas smoking and waving guns and doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Why Edomites don't do all that? Because they don't care. They don't care. They like the brother brought the scripture. They accuse thy brethren. That's all it's about. It's some old hating ass whole shit that anytime we do something crazy, you're gonna sit there and say, "Oh, that's why we're doing it." You're just you're a whole ass nigga, and you just trying to justify it. Really? You know?
Yeah, and the Lord is getting to the point where they can't hide anymore. You know, they can't cover up because they've created the internet, because they put niggas in the environment and let them loose, and they can't. It's like gremlins. These motherfuckers is just like gremlins. They out eating past 12. They getting wet and multiplying, and Esau can't fucking control them, man.
And them gremlins been spying on you, seeing shit you've been doing, and then took your ways and ran with them.
Yep.
Hitting you with your own fucking shit now. Now you niggas mad that niggas is scamming the fucking government for millions of dollars here and there. Shit that you niggas been doing for forever.
Been doing it.
Shit, now the niggas doing it, it's a problem.
The whole tax, you got a governor in Florida complaining about why people are paying property taxes on land that they already own, on houses they already own. Like, that don't make sense. Once you pay for your house, you pay, that's it.
That's because Edomites are paying. That's because Edomites, they're only gonna complain about shit that's affecting Esau.
Yeah, but like I said, it's when it's beneficial to them, they're logical as hell.
Yeah.
They're logical as hell. Why we paying taxes on houses we've been saying it. The poor been saying it.
Yeah, same thing with tabs. Why the fuck are we paying on cars that we already own?
Yeah.
Why do I gotta buy tabs every fucking year? I own this car. What the fuck is tabs doing for me?
I gave you your money. I owed you for it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
You already got me paying road tax. It's got to pay tax every year. I owe you something.
Yeah, that's wild. We don't pay road taxes out there. But we pay taxes on all type of other shit though.
Hey, Rome ain't even go that hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Rome was some fucking demons, man.
I got a precept for you real quick.
Oh, for sure.
This is Isaiah 10:1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed."
Yeah, and they the Darwinism, black and white, the whole education system, medical, the XYY chromosome concept, saying that we don't even feel pain. There's like medical fucked up shit that Esau has done. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't own up to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't sit here and write those grievousness, write laws that are like the brothers referencing with the crack and the crack law versus the cocaine.
Mandatory minimums.
And yeah, and it's beautiful how it's set up because now you're getting into the fentanyl situation and the morphine and really it's like not the morphine but the opioid. Esau is totally adverse into his reaction on what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like and now you have no cloak for you resting judgment. You can't say, oh well over here it's like nah bro.
No, I would say this. Esau he's being more lax with his laws towards the fetty and all that shit because it's more of his fucking nephews and nieces and his grandchildren that's off this shit. Because I remember when meth first came out, it was attempted murder if you got caught with that shit.
Damn.
Meth back home when it first came out, it was attempted murder if you got caught with that shit. Now that's just a slap on the wrist. Because it was their nieces and their nephews and their uncles and shit getting caught with the shit, getting all that stupid time. They're like, hold on, man. Now we just give them. Let's just make them go to treatment now.
Oh yeah, it's all about treatment.
It's about treatment now. Now it's about treatment. But when it was the niggas and crack, it wasn't about treatment. It was about, man, throw them niggas in jail.
when it comes to themselves, they have all the justice in the world.
Yep.
You know, but when it comes to any other nation, it's all about the straight up and down business of it. It's no empathy. It's no nothing.
Yeah.
They only would really feel empathy if it's their family that's being hurt. You know, if it's their money that's being affected, because you know it's a. And one end they'll jump out the building if they life over. So it's not like they're not empathetic, you know, because you could sit here and watch people dying, but you'll jump out the building behind some money. It really is just you're a fucking selfish person. and how we know? Look at society, man. As the king is, so is his people. You know.
What percentage of the people owns what percentage of the money? 1% of the population owns, I think, 80% of the world's wealth. How does that work? How does that work?
Earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
That's it.
That's proof right there.
That's it.
You know. And we're sitting there seeing the repercussions as the king. Can we get that? As the king is so
Yep, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
we gotta understand that this is a telltale sign. If anybody needs a context clue on what kind of person that would, the kind of people would deal with up top, look all that freaky stuff. The freaky stuff starts to come down. The witchcraft comes down. Okay. If you're in Saudi Arabia, you're not gonna do the same thing that they're doing over here. Why? Because of the leaders. You know the mindset of the leaders. They're Muslim.
Well, old girl that went to Dubai, running her mouth like she was over here in the States, and they locked her ass up.
You can't talk reckless. A woman can't talk reckless to a man like that. It's against the law over there. That's why they cooked their motherfucking ass.
Yep. And you know that it comes from the king. And then when that comes from the king, it trickles down to the people. You know what I'm saying? That's why Esau wants democracy, because he wants, through democracy, it gives the illusion of giving the people the identity. Instead of having the government, but it's still the government because they're still pushing narratives through propaganda and everything, and it really makes you more susceptible because you're just gonna pick up on any lane of demon, whether it's feminism, being a fucking dark nigga and shit, liberals, Saudi Arabia, rap,
Proud Boy,
Proud Boy. It's all kind of lanes over here. You know what I'm saying? But you go ahead, brother.
Alright, this is Sirach 10:1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Yeah. And when you get on social media, what is the most popular thing you can do? Okay, it's all negativity. It's all evil. Okay, you can't sit here unless you have a talent. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that outside of natural nature that would get a view. You got to do like 18 backflips or something. There has to be something that's, you know, humanly unachievable. But on some regular being funny shit, you know what I'm saying, or being sentimental. You gotta be loving on a horse. That'll give you hella views. Somebody that was in love with a horse. You know what I'm saying? Niggas doing dumb shit, playing pranks on people, lying. No educational shit. You know. But it do spike his head through because there are people that is dealing with reality, but they got an algorithm now that suppresses a lot of information and pushes a lot of information. You know. They ain't gonna tell you about health, you know what I'm saying, you know, and all that. They'll block a lot of algorithms. I'll be looking up stuff that I got.
I've seen before. It's gone. It's gone, bro. It's like, what the fuck? Typing the exact name of it. I know I typed this in a couple times before. The exact name, all that.
Reword.
Shit's gone.
It's gone. Nothing there. I've read things. I've seen things. Now go in there and it's like you gotta really. It's like I believe the elder YAHAWAH said is, you know, you better go on Bing than you know, Google or wherever, you know, because but all of it's gonna be messed up. But Google is definitely compromised. He's rocking with Nero. You know.
And then it's best if you save shit, man. If you don't, that shit be gone.
Yeah, because really, this is another thing that evil, you know, wiles of the devil is that all this is rented. Everything that we have that we're supposed to own is rented. You know what I'm saying? All this information on the internet, you think it's free, but it's rented. Cause they could just take it off and put anything in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your music now, you know, like even your car, they could just stop letting you have gas. They're trying to cut it off and no electricity. You know, like
Hey, pretty soon with that chip, bro, they gonna turn you off.
food, healthcare,
Yeah.
it's all rented. Like you should be able to go and live in a while and be alright. You know what I'm saying? Not in Babylon.
You better not be storing no rainwater. You better not be out there
You
storing
better not be
rainwater.
rainwater. They got some
Sure.
type of way you're gonna stay into this rented system.
Yes.
Because that's why you got Edomites trying to live. I mean, you know, Edomites trying to live off bread and shit. They and then Esau, the government's looking for them and shit. Cutting them down like, this is crazy, man. You know, this place is worse than Rome, man. This place is considered side of Egypt, Rome, the daughter of Babylon, man.
Yep.
All right.
It's just like when the Lord, the old saying goes, say the best for last. The Lord got this mug just brewing and stewing, man. All right, they doing their wickedness. They've had their time. They've had their run. You know what I'm saying? They've had their run. They was able to hide and all of that. That's why the scriptures speak about who seeth us. Well, YAHAWASHI see you. All right, and everything your dumb ass been doing, he's just been writing it down. So when judgment comes, it's no running from your judgment. All right, here your dumb ass is reading the scriptures, right? And it's telling you, we gonna get y'all out of the rocks and y'all hiding places, and you building underground cities and underwater cities and things, because and you still have that pride within you, man.
You saying my man's dog? That was a side joke.
So it's just, man, it's painful as it is to see. For the most part, to go through this process, we understand that YAHAWASHI put us in this process, and he's in the process of bringing us out, man. All right, because this place is crumbling. It's done. The elite know it. Okay, the average people, they still have that hope, but at the end of the day, y'all can try and change genders and definitions and words and get rid of history.
Well, they got their plan. They're trying to get the world to the fashion that they wanted before they put their stuff in place. You're just gathering up the sheep and circling them up before you cage them in.
There we
You
go.
know what I'm saying? And, that goes back to the scripture and says when a hungry man eateth, can we get what is that in Isaiah? It says he dreameth. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when a man eateth, because he got his game plan, and it's all coming into place. There is no religion. You know what I'm saying? But there's a bunch of them. But he collected all the religions, put them together. He's trying to collect all the monies and put them together. He's collecting all the cultures and putting them together. Just like the vampires. You know what I'm saying? They just want to harvest everything and put it all into one so they can just enjoy everything themselves.
Yeah.
Man, he's trying to make everything high fructose, man.
Everything.
He's trying to make everything high fructose. He's trying to combine people. He's trying to combine money. He's trying to combine everything and have it all under his thumb at the end of the day.
This is the book of Isaiah 29 and verse 8. It shall even be as when an hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth.
And what is he dreaming? The Great Reset, New World Order.
His heart's desire is what he's dreaming.
Yeah, his heart desires. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that's his desires.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, and it says when he eateth, all right, what's similar to eating, man? You consuming. So you're nibbling at these little things, but you're not totally gonna, it's like the scripture said.
It says, but he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty.
Yeah, because you're not gonna be fulfilled. At the end of the day, what is not gonna be fulfilled? The thing that you're ultimately trying to do. There's QR codes. The microchip is here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's never gonna You're just like a bad guy in a movie. You got everything set up and everything, the machine going and shit, and you just ain't charged up all the way yet.
Yeah, you gotta wait for after you hit the button, you gotta wait 10 minutes for it to fully charge before it can do what it needs to do.
Everything in place, and the Lord gonna smack that shit out your hand, man.
It's only got 10 seconds.
Or how they do in the movies where they got the hero, they got them all tied up, and they leave and leave somebody else to take them out, and the hero get out of the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Every time.
Oh, I'm good. I'm almost there. I just gotta go and do this. So
What is always that point is pride, man.
That pride, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
His pride gonna get him jammed up. His pride's getting him jammed up now.
Jammed in
You
the
know,
movies.
you tired of white guilt. You should just shut the fuck up. Y'all already got CERN rocking in this motherfucker. Y'all got a bunch of shit in place. And you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I can fuck all y'all up right now. That's why y'all can't. That's why y'all can't be the Lord, bro. There's no way. If the Lord, if your Jesus was really the Lord, he would have sent them angels, bro.
Yeah.
No restraint. You know what I'm saying? No restraint. Power would have came with him. You know? That's Esau, bro. Like, that's why you're not fit to rule the world.
Yeah, that's a beautiful point. Like he would have called on them angels to come, and he would have been talking to Satan like, "What? I'll show you what I can do." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like if it was that.
Satan and them buddies.
Now he would have avenged himself sevenfold already.
He
You
wouldn't have to tell
know,
him.
I was like, crucify y'all, nigga. I'm coming back right away, nigga. I'm coming right back,
The next generation. The next generation.
nigga. Show you niggas, I'm coming right back. Mamas, nigga.
Barbara, okay, back.
Oh, man.
It's all self-serving.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what they, you know, at the end of the day, they're trying to oppress the poor righteous man, which is us, you know, because really we're the only silver lining to the world, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even in our lowest, we're the only silver lining to the world, and it's a funny parody because, you know, we're doing it through sports, you know, and we used to, you know, in our perfection we'd do it through law, but we're made a spectacle right now in many ways. You know what I'm saying? And we're still giving that silver lining to the fucking world, man. Without Jake, this world would be through, bro.
Trash, bro.
Like it'll really be trash. What are you gonna wake up to? You ain't gonna be able to watch no boxing. It ain't all about that. I'm just saying in this situation, where's the joy coming from?
Jay.
All that good food.
Dances.
You talking about the buffalo wings? That's Jake, man. All this stuff that this ain't no black history and shit like that, but we're the salt of the earth.
Because through the spirit, we find a fucking way. That's why we lose a job. We ain't jumping out no damn window. We gonna go find another one.
We used to being up against it, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like if Jake had the spirit of deleting himself when there was all the way against the wall, then all Jake would be gone.
We'll be gone.
Because we're against the wall when we wake up in the morning against the wall.
I'll tell you one thing, what we do when we against the wall, we get it in and reproduce.
Yeah, the
Definitely.
scriptures do tell you oppression maketh a wise man mad. You know what I'm saying? So there's a natural reaction to that, and Esau knows that, and that's why there's a systematic oppression that takes place. But you can get that precept that you had, brother.
Come, this is Job chapter 20, verse 23. But let's start at verse 22, where it says, "In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him."
And that word straits goes into the position of difficulty. You know, that's what Esau is going to be in when he tries to fulfill his agenda. The Lord is going to lift up that standard, okay, and he's gonna disrupt that whole planning he has, okay, trying to microchip the whole world and perform all that extra shit he's trying to do. The Lord ain't going for that, man. Okay, go ahead.
It says, "When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating."
Yep.
You know, so, hey, when Esau is trying to bring this all together, when he has his plan, you know, set up, the Lord is gonna disappoint his craft. You know, Esau isn't going to be able to bring his plan to its 100% fullness. You know, the Lord wouldn't allow that, because Esau has an evil agenda for the earth.
Yeah.
You know, as the scriptures say, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And Jacob is that profitable ruler that the Lord is going to set over this earth bring back peace and harmony and goodness. You know.
Yeah, come on, bro.
It's like
That's good, man.
it's like
No, it's all good. I think you read that already?
Isaiah?
Yeah.
Come on.
It was a spirit. I was in the same chapter. I could have just went up a little bit, but I got this Isaiah 29 and 15. You had kind of mentioned it earlier. It says, "Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, Who seeth us and who knoweth us?"
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they think all these little meetings that they having, and they think because they're hiding from the world that they're hiding from the Heavenly Father, man. But we all know, as the scriptures say, His eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. His angels is everywhere. All right, so everything that you're doing in darkness, whether you're meeting in the day or not, all right, the Lord already knows all of that, and you're going to be held accountable for all of that. Or the fact that, like we was talking, you sneaking certain bullshit and certain foods that you know Jake eat, or putting a cheaper price on a bundle of pork versus the bundle of beef, man, you know that we been oppressed and we can barely afford it. The Lord sees all of that, man, all of that shit. All right.
Yeah, the wickedness, all the things you've done in the medical field, you know what I'm saying? All the science you know is based off of you experiment on Jake. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you sat there under a microscope and looked at molecules all day. You didn't do that. You sat there and took a nigga and gave him this. If he had that sickness, if he had a fever, you'll sit there and do this to him. And then you have another nigga, and then you start purposely giving him fevers. You know, and then you started injecting them with things, and then just went in the backyard and grabbed all kind of berries and then gave that to him and see how his blood reacted.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing, and that's how they pretty much figured out how things. Now it's not like they just randomly made it up. They put two and two together, but they used Jake to figure out.
There was lab rats.
Yeah, to be the lab rats, man. You know what I'm saying?
Before there was lab rats.
Yeah, before
they had lab rats. They just preferred Jake. They said it's cheaper to get a nigga over a monkey. Yeah, it's cheaper to get a nigga over a monkey.
Really, the monkey's smarter.
They're breeding it right here. I just gotta get them into prison.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Once I get you into this area where I can demonize you, Darwinism, I can call you a criminal, a thug. I can put you in this place where you're subhuman, and now I can treat you how I want. That's his whole concept, man. You know, and the Lord sees that. Nobody else sees it because they're falling for your lies, because they're blinded by the power you have, or they don't stand up and speak up. You know what I'm saying? Jake do it. People do it all the time. People do it in workplaces and everything. You'll see something clearly wrong, and you just sit back because it's either you don't want to get involved with shit, or they're more powerful than you, and if you get involved, you'll be asked out too. You know what I'm saying? Countries do it. You know what I'm saying? So Esau is sitting there doing this to Jake. They be knowing. Them countries know. Some of them countries know that we're Israelites, man, and they've spoken on it.
Bro, the Esau, they like to say, if you see something, say something. But the moment you say something, you get demonized. Okay, because like, say construction. You're at an unsafe fucking job site, and you start calling out safety rules and shit. In front of everybody, yeah, you're gonna get glorified, but behind closed doors, they're gonna get rid of you because it's like, man, this nigga calling out all this shit, he's causing us money. Like, fuck that, we don't want this nigga around.
Ping you on
because he's doing too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, you supposed to see something to say something. Man, stop it, man. You niggas just this all talking just for show.
Yeah, it's to cover their track.
Yeah,
you know. Make themselves to seem as they are holy, or they are right, or they are good, but there is none good, man, as the scriptures say.
Yeah, they'll put rules there to show everybody, says on paper that was a good person.
Yeah, I purposely seen y'all got me sitting up in here watching these videos, and it says if the product bag have a hole in it, you're supposed to get rid of it. But why do I see a supervisor still carrying it? I'm like, hey, it's a hole. Yeah, it's busted open. No, nigga, take the rest of the fucking bags off and get rid of that bag. Y'all had me up there falling asleep in the damn meeting, so let's get to it.
Yeah, that's right. They don't follow that shit, bro. Shit's hypocrites, bro.
But if now when the higher people come in,
now they want you to be by the book. It's like, come on, bro. Now you guys want me to, like, I remember this time I was working at this stuff. They wanted me to read the fucking learn their manifesto because they had higher ups coming. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm not about to learn all these paragraphs of bullshit. Mission statement. I'm like, man, fuck out of here. Nigga came to me asking me shit. I'm like,
hey man,
I answered his questions, but luckily he didn't ask me nothing that was technical, or I wouldn't have known this shit.
Yeah, bro.
It's like, you
He's
niggas
not
is
to do
tripping.
the job or not. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And the whole system is that he's just leeching off of everybody. You know, there's people out here that are talented, that are creative, that can produce things to the world.
Yeah.
And Esau, through his wicked inventions, harvest that talent and don't allow you to have be the CEO of your own talent.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. He will take the likeness of your name. That's why Prince had to change his name.
Yeah.
The artist formerly is Prince. Yeezy.
He's the one that's doing all the singing, all of the this and that. But because he made the machine, he owns that talent. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said in the beginning, if he ultimately don't want to get rid of us, because if there is no us, there is no flavor in the world.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But he do. That's why it's gonna be the 15-minute cities he's trying to create. He's trying to harvest that, man. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to keep it where it is, squeeze out the high fructose, whatever comes out of any invention. Probably create a new dish, a new whatever. All right, I own that. Let me get that out of there.
Patent.
If Esau had his way, bro, he would take the Jake body and leave the head connected to a computer somewhere so he can continue to read his fucking brainwaves and know how it thinks and processes. But then they keep the body for themselves so they can be, top tier, physiques and shit, man.
That's to get out.
If Esau had it their way, bro, they would keep Jake alive, keep the head over here somewhere so they can read and get the smarts out of the brain and in the body so they can have the physical.
Because the main thing is the spirit. That's what they can't tap into.
They can't touch the spirit.
That's where it's at. Because no matter what the fuck y'all do, y'all can't make us be non-Israelites. Because at the end of the day, that promise is given to us.
But they couldn't make us all be non-Israelites.
Yeah.
The Lord woke us
You
up.
gotta
We're
remedy.
doing a fucking number on 2/3 of our people.
Yeah. Like he successfully he got those niggas for real.
What you say?
The 2/3.
Yeah.
Like cause there was a shit about I don't know if you brothers seen it, but the dude had fleas in a jar, right?
Yeah.
And then he had them in there, and once he locked the seal, he said you leave them in there for 3 days, take the jar off. They program themselves where they won't even jump higher than what that seal was. And then when they have kids, they're gonna teach that's gonna pass to their kids. So it's now it becomes generational trauma.
Yeah.
So they do that shit with Jake. They got Jake so conditioned on this niggerish shit that they're pushing that shit through to their kids through the DNA.
Yep.
So their kid come out the womb already off that, on demon time already.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like the foods that we was eating or the generations before, all of the shit that they create now and they're feeding to these kids, and they thinking that they are gonna just have them grow up like us, be ready to work and but just be more docile. But these niggas just out of line.
And these niggas dying fast. They gonna die.
Somebody could be lying and saying the right way is the wrong way, this way. Well, let's go to the track sheet of what they're doing. Where they have the control at. School, music, TV shows, and there's always one type of way. But in reality, that ain't the real way to even live or be successful in this world. They'll tell you get an education. I just want to program you, have you be a worker bee.
That's exactly what it boils down to.
Elon Musk wasn't no graduate because he wanted to be. He was looking for something, so he went there and got what he needed. He went to get engineering and all that. That's what he went there for. He didn't go there to get an engineering job. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. He already was on a mission. That's just like me working on a car, and I was like, damn, I need to rebuild the engine. Fuck it, I got money, so I'm gonna go to school and learn how to rebuild the engine so I can go back and start working on my car again. So I can make this cool ass car so I can start selling cars to everybody. That's a difference. You know what I'm saying? These people go to school to get, the bulk of the brainwashed people go to school to get educated, and they think that education makes them an Elon Musk or on the way to it. You know, these guys don't get these Jeff Bezos and all these people don't care about no damn school. It's just what it gives me. I use it for that. Mark Zuckerberg and all these guys, Bill, I can't say it's Gil Bates.
Gil Bates.
You know what I'm saying? All these niggas, these super entrepreneurs and these successful people, you know, it ain't about your education the bulk of the time. Education helps. But the way the Lord had it set up, it was our family. Whatever you was, your kids would be. The scriptures tell you that. You know, when you leave a child like unto yourself and help like unto thee. So if I'm doing whatever I'm doing and I'm good at it, whatever I got good at, I'm gonna hand it down to my kids and it'll refine that skill set.
Yeah.
And then if that skill set's usable to humanity, I'll become rich. In theory, you know what I'm saying? Like, but Esau got it to where you could just think you could be anything, but really it's still like that. It's still like that. It's still that you working on a skill set and you grinding until you figure out how to get that one thing working, and then you sell it and use capitalism to fork in all the money. And this place is a fucking mechanism of mass production, which is why Elon Musk came over here. You know what I'm saying? This thing's a machine of mass production. It's gonna fork out anything you need in some type of way. Deals, connections. You know, this the beast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That rideth upon many seas, man. If you want to be anything, this would be the place. If you could be the best here, you're gonna be the best over everything automatically. You know? But this at the same time, all this wickedness is happening, Esau's trying to pin the evil on us, man. I kind of got lost in the sauce because there's some things that need to be said, man.
You all good.
Go ahead. You about to got a precept?
Yep, I did that one. This is Psalms chapter 10 and verse 8. It says, He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. You know, so everything's been set up for Jake to be entrapped and caught up into a vain type of culture and to be looked at as a byword and in the curses, a byword and astonishment. You know, we're looked at crazy because of the rhetoric that's been put out there for Jake to follow collectively.
And following the point that the brother made, as far as, you know, we was talking about the spirits and the souls and stuff, they have the 2/3, right? So that's why he's sitting there lurking for the poor. But see, the 2/3 are poor in spirit, in faith, in truth. So those are the ones he's gonna catch, but you can't touch the elect, man.
That's right.
All right. At the end of the day, you cannot touch the elect. Those are specifically for YAHAWASHI, man. Okay.
Yeah, man. It said it, even if they were able to deceive the very elect.
Yeah.
And if it were possible, can we get that, BABAQASHA? If it were possible, they'll be able to deceive the very elect, but we won't be deceived because through the Holy Spirit, YAHAWASHI is guiding us. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to eat damn near the same food they're eating. We got to drink the same water. We got to breathe the same air, same chemicals that's been shot over the head. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord is protecting us and guiding us. You know? He'll have us eating healthier ahead of the time, even pulling us away from certain foods and then swinging back to other foods. Because Esau could be trying to pump something in the fish. And then he'd be like, damn, they ain't eating fish. I'm going to go over and pump the red meat. And then the Lord will be having us move around just in time, getting out of his way of his evil.
Yeah,
you know?
and the Lord, and if you notice that through the Spirit, like when brothers is all move as a wave, you'll see brothers getting on tinctures, getting on herbs, getting on eating better, getting rid of this, not eating that, getting on teas, and that's the Spirit. The Lord is guiding us, you know? The Lord is guiding us, keeping us away from all of that bullshit.
Because when you start talking, and then the whole world start moving in that direction right after.
Right after, bro.
Like
the stones.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The
Okay,
stones.
okay.
No, that's the spirit. I was about to say that, bro.
Yep.
Like the whole world is all stones now.
I remember that.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Everybody got stones on. You be seeing football players with stones on now. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You niggas start wearing stones.
I even say the beards, man.
That's why the truth is the best investment. You be ahead of you're gonna be ahead of the curve every time, man.
Ooh, then you see why Esau has to get infiltrate these different, churches, man, because they know Israel has the biggest influence, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
501c3 them boys.
Yeah, get them boys because now they're really cooking with grease because they can really influence some shit.
It's documented. They had W.E.B. Du Bois and MLK. You know what I'm saying?
Con, bro.
Signing up for the eugenics. You know,
Their own people.
Their own people, man. Oh, they was getting paid. They was getting kickbacks for the churches that were joining and shit. Some old crazy shit like that.
Even with the vaccination. You know.
And that's part of that. So, like, go ahead.
You go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say that's part of the works that they do in the dark. They'll come to one of our people that look like our people and buy them out, and then have him deceive our people. And you already know it was him. He like, no, you paid this man to get that shit done.
Yeah.
You know, just like the scribes and the Pharisees did with Judas.
Or to try to do with the what priest was that? He was like, nah, because they tried to just eat. You could just eat some chicken and just say it and just act like it was the pork.
Oh,
the Maccabees. I forget the priest's name. Eleazar. Yeah. He was like, nah, hell no, I ain't doing that. I look bad in my old age. Fuck that. I live this long life of righteousness just to look bad at the very end. No, fuck that. I'm gonna die to death, nigga.
Yep.
Nah.
Bro.
You want that with deceit the elect?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Matthew 24:24. It says, "For there shall arise false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, in so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect."
Yeah, if it were possible, all right, there'd be signs and great wonders, you know, and there's signs and great wonders going on now. BBLs.
Boy.
They got them gone. Like in all reality, it's funny, but
nah,
that's a
plague, bro.
That's a plague. It's a wicked invention.
It's a plague, bro.
It makes them marvel, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's ideas, there's theories. Make America great again, feminism.
That's straight.
You know what I'm saying? Like all kind of wicked inventions that captivates Jake, and they don't only do the thing, but they embrace the idea of it.
Yeah. Like a brother was just doing a lesson far as he said. I think the title of it was like just one more scroll or something to that effect. And he's talking about just being on your phone all day. He said you're addicted to this.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's man. I've been thinking about that since I seen it. It's like I'm trying to put it down, put it off to the side.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about the other stuff that it takes your time out. And there's always something about Edom. There's always something about Edom and something just self-serving thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Men put in work all day. You know, when we have all this electronics, we
was out and about, bro.
Yeah, you out and about, you were talking, you were communicating. Like you talking to people on the phone, you ain't really getting to real them.
No.
When you're hanging around them all day, you start seeing who they really is.
You're like, I can't fuck with this nigga. He be doing too much. Even without saying that, like, nah, this nigga doing too much over there.
You can put them on game, you know what I'm saying? Hide it, all that. But you get to see the real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That social media is a whole different life.
You
You don't know, hey, they be Tommy on the internet. Always showing up, but you don't know how they got it. They just show up with it. You know, but they'll never tell you. It's just a glorious life, all the highlights.
Yeah.
You know, and people really think that they gotta live their life even in public now. Because they don't go outside no more. So anytime they come out, they gotta live the highlight life.
Yeah.
Record every fucking thing.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bro, like if you get to chill with somebody all day, that's who they is. Not who you is when you go outside, when you go to the club, when you go out. But people really think that's them.
On a regular basis. And like you said, you used to get to see that, but the social life is fucking dead. And it's fake. The social life they have now is fake.
They can't cook, house be a mess.
Boy.
Horrible social skills. You know, no respect for elders, and it's a degenerate core nature with those people that associated with that. And Esau got you. Because you ain't doing nothing but getting everything right here, so you don't got to go nowhere. You don't got to really process it. And like Ariel said, you know, I hate, forget you when I hate TikTok or something like that, because it happens, like, they don't give, you can watch a 5-second video and look at this and they don't show you everything, and then you get the whole thing, you be like, oh man. And then you just getting that all day, one thing, just constant lies and manipulations. You know, it's like, hey, it's like the big booties of the internet, right? That's not everywhere. Okay? You know what I'm saying? A lot of regular hoes out here. You know what I'm saying? It's just looking for that. You know, they get caught in the women.
Yeah, and get it, they bunch it all in just for you. Here,
they high fructose booty. That's
exactly.
GMO
Let's talk about that.
GMO.
It's just hella concentrated, whatever you're looking for.
Yeah.
So now you're stuck there, and you're getting just this one avenue, not able to process or experience it. You know what I'm saying? You can go and watch it. You can watch a boxing event. It's different from watching it live, man. Like never being able to see it again. You know what I'm saying? Being at that moment, like you had to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't. The East are really gonna take that away from everybody. You had to be there. You know, everybody gonna be there.
Yeah.
Shit, everybody go. But you just gonna be stuck inside. You know what I'm saying? You know, everything's gonna be in your home. You got. You know, and Jake walking right into the MOTB. You play that game, ain't no this.
Yeah, bro.
They can say no more game. You can't do shit about it. No more game. Nigga.
Niggas got smart homes.
Yeah.
Like, look, why do you need your fucking your washer and dryer on Bluetooth, your motherfucking refrigerator on Bluetooth, your dishwasher on Bluetooth, your ovens on Bluetooth, bro. Even your fucking ceiling fans on Bluetooth.
Yep.
Lazy.
Like, bro, everything Bluetooth you can operate from their phone. I'm like, this shit is crazy, bro.
What do you think about at that point? Where the fuck you have no, you know what I'm saying? Everything is just here. You don't gotta think about shit.
You can
don't
sit
gotta
your ass
process.
on the couch, watch TV, and just control everything.
Yeah. Did I turn the lights off today? Oh, I'm in Africa, but I'm gonna turn my lights off at home.
Yeah, fuck that.
Niggas think that shit's so cool though.
Motherfuckers will just be on till I get back. Nigga.
He has wicked inventions, bro, and it's frustrating. Because it's like some cool ass shit that has fucked your life up.
Ooh.
All his shit. You know, the Lord made horses, bro. That horse go as fast as you can ride it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
And you and that horse both gonna get some rest at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A car take your ass to a speed you ain't supposed to be going, man.
And then throw you up off of it.
Then throw your ball to crush you. They'll crush you. A horse will tear you up, but you gotta be a dickhead.
Yeah, you do.
You gotta know how to treat that fucking horse. You can treat a car any motherfucking kind of way it's gonna do what you want it to do.
Bad as shit.
You know? But that horse, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a natural order to life and a natural homeostasis that's been in place, and Esau has interrupted it. You know, and that's why the scripture says, surely a turning of things are upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay, man. You know, you're messing up the natural homeostasis of the ocean by taking all the bottom feeders out of it, spilling oil, nuking it, dumping trash into it, you know, harvesting animals. There's wells that's popping up on the edge of this. 3 wells that popped up in California, man. They say they ain't never seen that. You know, they seen 1 every blue moon, but not 3 back to back. And they trying to look at the phenomenon. Another video showed black water coming after it rained in California. You know what I'm saying? The water turns black in certain areas, you know, allegedly. You know, but this is like all the stuff that just, when the wicked rule, people mourn, man. That is as simple as it gets, man. Yeah, we get BABAQASHA, because there's no mystery. And it's going to manifest. It's going to get worse. Go ahead, bud.
It's a Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear of rule, the people mourn.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's just got to be a transition, man. It's just got to be a transition. You know, like the brother said, you got to take that pinch. You know what I'm saying? A little pinch. You know, it's a little click. You know what I'm saying? You just got to make the choice. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the righteous is going to rule. But a lot of our people don't want to give up the lifestyle that they have. We've given it up. You know, through 1 John. You know what I'm saying? We put off the old man. All right, we don't run to the same excess of ride, and to make that decision, it was a choice of repentance. We was leaving a lot. You know, all of us ain't coming to this truth at 9 or something like that. We grown, we had lives that we say, you know what, man, to hell with that life. You know what I'm saying? And then walked and chose the Lord, and it grew from there. And whatever that was supposed to be there from the so-called old life was able to survive. You may have family members or, you know, relatives. They respect what you do. They stay around. That's who's supposed to be around. The Lord show you. But a lot of y'all can't make that transition. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? At the end of the day, we made it early because we knew we messing with the right investment. But the whole world's gonna make it and make that same transition. And it ain't gonna be a pinch the further you get along down the line. It's gonna start turning to a punch, then haymakers, then a bat. It's just gonna progressively get worse and worse. Because the end for Esau is over. Matter of fact, let's get that. To what end shall it be for them?
This is 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 17. It says, "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?"
Yeah, so that, there ain't gonna be no love taps ultimately with Esau, with 2/3, with the heathen. You know what I'm saying? People that are prophesied not to make it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna get a horrible transition. Okay? Now everybody ain't gonna die, but the people that's going to definitely get up out of here is gonna be Esau, man. It's gonna be a humiliating defeat. You know, the Lord's setting it up to be that way purposefully. It's gonna be a glorious transition, man. It's gonna not only gonna hurt physically, it's gonna be humiliating, and then you're gonna see who the real man that runs things is. You're gonna see that those dark-skinned people are the children of Israel. You're gonna see us rise to the top and be glorified. Even the 2/3 are gonna come into the kingdom of heaven, right? And you're gonna have to deal with that because that's 1,000 years.
Yeah.
All right, so 2/3 is gonna be born before that. They're gonna get to see it. They're gonna get to see it. You know what I'm saying? You bet. Hey, 2/3 get their hand on you after knowing what you did to them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let P. Diddy get a hold of you. If it's right by, don't let Diddy get a hold of you.
All the industry niggas in their right mind. They gonna want action.
The things you made them do. You know what I'm saying?
To get successful, and they was going backwards the whole time.
Yeah, man. That's why Jake be getting depressed. Some of them be choosing drugs and ODing. Because of the things that Esau made them do, man, just to get that bread, man.
Can't live with themselves no more.
Don't let Bill get a hold of you, boy.
Ooh, don't let Bill Cosby get you.
Don't let Bill get you. Don't let Mike get you. You know?
Oh, man. And this is all shit that Esau taught them, though. Taught them the bullshit. Now when they do the shit, and then they gonna book them for it.
Yep. Drag them, treat them like the worst thing on planet Earth, and you know what the truth is, and they know what the truth is. You know? Probably meet with them right before they die, you know? Like a godfather.
I got a quick brief for you. This is Psalms 55:21. It says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords."
And that's why you have to be stoic. You can't be sensual. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll tell you with smooth words. He make it sound good. What about the kids? We have to be like the Church of Berea. Let me go to the records.
Be like, what's his name? Tommy Sorum. Oh, man, fuck them kids.
Yeah, man. Hey, you go to the records and you process it. You know, scriptures tell you, hey, you rather have one righteous kid over 1,000, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like, it's better. It's logic, man. Because a 1,000 badass kids can do some damage.
Yeah.
You know?
They can whoop a gorilla.
Nobody would disagree. They always take the risk, you know? But, like, that's the point, man. It's all about logic, and it's not being allowed to flourish here. Logic is being suppressed. Yeah. You know, it's all about feelings here. Niggas feel like goats. You're not a goat. You know what I'm saying?
There's only one goat, and that's YAHAWASHI.
Yeah. You're not the goat.
Or a goat.
Or a goat. Yahawashi is the goat.
Yeah.
He's the greatest of all times. Ain't no other man greater that walked this planet than Yahawashi.
Yeah, in all reality though.
Mm-hmm.
In all reality, why? Because he was the man he was supposed to be. If he was a ruler, everything would be alright.
Yeah.
Well, when he ruled everything on the
Yeah, because that's why when he ruled, everything will be alright. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying in that incarnation, that he would have been alright. Because how we know? Because when Solomon ruled, everything was alright.
Yeah. He was the man fit for that job, and Esau, you the man fit for this job. To be wicked.
And look at the results, man.
Yep.
Stop trying to say it's the niggas, bro.
This is why you can't be quarterback. You know what I'm saying? The movie, why can't I be quarterback? He throw the ball off. You don't know how to throw the ball. You don't know how to call the plays. You can't remember the plays.
And the results is wicked. Go ahead, bro.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Yeah, and the rich sit in low place is the Negroes, Latinos, Native, and Seminole Indians, man. Because we're gods, man. Okay, the Allahayim.
Yeah.
Right?
And they're the folly, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's right.
They're the freakiest of the freakiest. They're the most demonic. You know what I'm saying? Their jokes aren't funny.
Shit.
Only when they talking about Jake, that's the only time Esau is funny, when he's slamming Jake for whatever he do bad.
Yeah.
Outside of that, he has nothing that he can offer. That's why he's the middleman to shit. That's how they became on top. Behind somebody making something and somebody needing what they made. He was in the middle.
Yeah, he facilitated the shit.
Yeah, that's how he became rich. You know? No talent. You know?
It's just a parasite, man.
Yeah. Jack Daniels, you know, he made it. There's people that needed it. He facilitated and he took the patent.
Yeah, took it from Uncle Nearest.
Yep.
Says, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh an hedge, a serpent shall bite him. And that's into it.
Yep. So yeah, man. It's been flip flop, you know, and they've made the illusion for you to think that money makes you who they are. You know what I'm saying? It makes you a great person. You know what I'm saying? And the illusion is really you don't even know what it takes to get that money. You know, you just see all the stuff that it comes with, but then you sign up and you can't even raise your kids. If you really want to make money, you gotta say fuck the kids, fuck your family, you know, fuck you, fuck your family. You gotta say all that to raise your kids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
fuck
saying?
Your wife too.
This not us being Israelites and prophets, and you laying your treasures in heaven. This is you trying to actually be a family man. So your kid want to play AAU baseball, you know what I'm saying? And you want him to be a little Barry Bonds, you ain't gonna never see him. You ain't gonna never actually be there to swing the bat with him, because you gonna have to work them hours.
Yeah. And he might grow up to resent you.
Yeah,
just because you wasn't there, not knowing the struggle that you went through just for him to be who you made him.
Because they infiltrated the woman and told her that she's really the backbone of the family. You know, this is the system. And then while that happens, they're manipulating that kid.
Yeah,
you know,
he think he like boys.
Yeah, he think he like boys, or, you know, whatever. They got him. They got him on the island. They got this fucking talented specimen.
With all the AAU teams and shit. Getting fondled and shit, man.
Full
Come
control,
on, bro.
Full control, you know? So, yeah, man, that's, you know, that's it for me. But that Esau pretty much, he's bad to the bone, man.
Yeah.
Like, all the way to the marrow. And he's his cogitation should not be changed, man. The malice is bred in him.
Yeah.
Okay? You know, and that's all he says. Show mercy to the wicked, yet will they not learn righteousness. You know, there's no way that, just saying this to Jake that's in the world, like ain't nothing you're gonna do to change this dude's mannerism. Should I say, there's nothing good you're gonna show him. And you know how to empathize with love and all. He don't. So it's not gonna work. Jig out here marching, hugging him, he gonna fuck clean over you. He'll eat you.
Literally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got a precept for you.
Okay.
It's Ezekiel 35. I'm gonna start at verse 3. Well, I'll start at 2. Well, 1 actually. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee, and will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their calamity had an end.
That was a beautiful, the perpetual.
Yeah, you said it was bred in them. That's that perpetual hatred, man.
Yeah.
You got it?
That perpetual, and the perpetual is never ending, man.
Mm-hmm.
It goes all the way back to the birthright, man.
Mm.
This is a spiritual inclination. Like they try to say we're aggressors, or we're our women are super freaks and we super aggressive. That's what they call us. Y'all super violent, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all super evil. Okay?
Super demonic.
Super demonic. You know?
Super gay.
Yep.
Every fucking day talking about this some Momo shit, bro. It's like, goddamn, bro. What the fuck?
Can't
Every
joke
conversation is some old gay shit. It's like, man, fuck out of here, man.
Can't even joke with her. I'm saying you literally can't crack a joke, because that means y'all friends.
Exactly.
Now he can say gay shit.
Gay shit, or he gonna try to pull that nigga on you, that nigga card.
Yeah.
One day he gonna be saying nigga around you.
You gotta set boundaries with Edom.
Yes, you do. Don't laugh when they get to saying that gay shit, or it's a wrap. You gotta just walk away, or look at them and shake your head and walk away. Then they be like, okay, he don't like that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just shake my head and walk away. They don't have to fuck with me with that shit.
Yeah.
If they get too hey man, come on with that shit, man.
Yeah.
I walk away.
Turn on their ass.
Don't play that shit, cause hey, like I said, like you said, once they think they friends, I never trust our enemy. Like Iron Rustin.
They gonna point the water gun at you, that gay ass water gun. Yeah, you know.
The gates on.
Get rainbow water.
It's like, yeah, but you know, Esau he's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning, that follower.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the growing pain. And Esau really think this growing pain is him about to, you know, set up his MOTB and his New World Order. You know what I'm saying? But really, it's all a climax to the movie of Yahweh, the second coming of YAHAWASHI, coming in his glory and having his triumph over the one of the most powerful kingdoms, you know, and wicked. You know, I ain't talking about powerful as it's like the greatest enemy. You know what I'm saying? The greatest adversary you can have. YAHAWASHI about to come and smite him with an easy blow, man. Like Achilles with the dude in the beginning. He just jumped and hit him. That's how YAHAWASHI.
Yeah, straight to the sides.
And it's like, damn. That's gonna be fire. You know, Esau doing all this, he got these and nukes and all that, and the Lord just come with a chair and just boom. Like, yeah, it's over with.
Yeah, like you see one of them fights where it was all publicized and all, you know, it was supposed to be the best fight and all this, and the shit ended in 10 seconds or some shit. It's like, god damn.
Yeah.
Thought this nigga was gonna give him a fight at least. 2 punches, nigga gone, out of there. It's like, oh shit.
Great gonna be the fall of Edom, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be in a moment, man. It's gonna be in a moment. It ain't like it's like a whole split second, but it's gonna be fast as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be like Dion said, it came to dominate, man. You're gonna dominate. It's straight abuse. You know, ain't no fighting back. You take a chair down and no,
hell
you ain't getting no wins.
No. Flawless victory.
All L's, you know. Anybody got something?
Second Ezra chapter 4 verse 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
Yeah. Capitalism, mass production, pharmaceutical, medical field. He's got his hands in a lot of shit. The science, you know, social economics of the world. All right, it's deeply rooted already. There's a way, and you got niggas in Russia that treat us a certain way because of propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Not only because they eat them, but because of American propaganda. You know what I'm saying? That's how deeply rooted culture is in lies. His lies is affecting the whole world, man. You know?
If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good.
Yeah. You know, so, yeah, just, there's no way that good can come until Esau is eradicated, man. Or just really put in submission, because he can't be eradicated right away.
Yeah.
You know?
No, he got work to do.
Yeah.
He got work to do.
And
And area like want a piece of E.
that's one of them type of knockouts you gotta kick him in the face after.
Well, hey, while his hands and feet are still stuck in the air, he's still stumping on his head.
Yeah. Yep, so hey, with that being said, give our praises.
Unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH.
The honor to our apostles, to our elders, which are GMS, rule well, blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth, sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.